Hey, what's up YouTube? I want to thank you guys for tuning in once again for another video. As you can see, my setup is slightly different. I've actually taken away the lavalier mic and have a microphone. To be honest with you, I just didn't like the lavalier mic on my neck. It was making my collar look all janky. But this video, I want to talk specifically about taking better photos in natural light. And there's four things that I do that I'm going to share with you today that I think can really help. So first, before I get started, I want to thank Ike. Ike is someone I've shot with consistently over the past year and a half. She is a health coach. She does fitness. She does lifestyle. And she pretty much on social media kind of gives you guys workouts every single day. I'll put her Instagram here in the description as well too. But the photos that I'm going to use are mainly the shots that I've shot with Ike. When you shoot natural light, you have to use natural light to your advantage. So the first thing I think about natural light is when is the best time to shoot. If you know me, you know that more than likely I shoot 2 times during the day, sunrise and sunset. So I do not like it when we get harsh rays from the sun. So I shoot during a time period, mostly what is called golden hour, where you don't have the harsh rays from the sun, you have even light. With the sun, it can cast a lot of shadows, and those shadows may make one side of the face darker or one side of the face extremely light to the point where you put it in Photoshop or Lightroom and you can't bring out those shadows, or you can't bring out those you can't turn down those highlights. So golden hour is the best time to shoot. If you see the shots that I've shot with Ike here during golden hour, where we have a very, very clean look on her face, not one side of her face or her clothing is too dark. It's pretty much just even. So the very first thing is shooting during golden hour. Next thing is shooting when you have to shoot in the sun. And one thing that I like to do to kind of help me out is use objects to block out some of the light but still retain that even light. So you'll see this photo here with Ike. I actually shot this behind a building in DC. The sun was actually being blocked by this large building, but I still wanted that light so I can get an even look on her face. So we slightly moved her towards the side of the building, and we got some great shots where we can still have some of that natural light coming through, but you don't have harsh rays from the sun beaming on her face, making the highlights or shadows too bright or too dark. So the second thing, you guys take note, is use objects to block the sunlight, but still retain some of that even light. The next thing is, what if you're in a situation where you can't block the sun out, it's a bright sunny day, how do you still get that even clean look on someone's face or their clothing, whatever you're trying to shoot? Of course, you can use a reflector. That always helps to block out some of the sun, but what if you don't have a reflector? It's just you out there. So what I'll do is I'll set the subject slightly facing away from the light source. Then I'll just tell them to tilt their face towards the light, what I did with Ike here. So it was a bright sunny day. We were in DC, we were on the National Mall, and I wanted to kind of capture her face in the outfit that she had on. So what I did was I had her face not towards the sun, almost adjacent to the sun. Had her face just slightly tilt toward the sun, and that had even light on her face. What you'll see here is multiple situations where she's not directly facing the sunlight, but she's slightly tilting her face toward the sunlight, so we can get that even look on her face without having dark, harsh shadows or bright highlights. The last situation is pretty easy. You see a lot of people do this on social media. So Ike and I were in a coffee shop, and we wanted to get some nice photos of her just kind of in her element as she plans out things for her day. What I saw in the coffee shop was a great window. There was a great window there that was getting some nice cool blue light coming through the window. So what I had her do was not face directly in the light. I had her face slightly turned towards the light. What that created was nice light on her face. It wasn't too harsh. It was very soft. It gave us a nice look for a picture. If you see most of the shots that we took here in the coffee shop, it's a really nice soft look of light coming on her face. So those are the 4 techniques that I use. So let's recap. The first thing is taking pictures during golden hour where you have that even light. The next thing is using objects to block out some of the harsh rays of the sun but still retain some of that even light. The third thing is positioning your subject slightly facing towards the sun, not directly at the sun, and then tilting their face towards the sun to get even light on their face. And the last thing is shooting through windows, not having their subject directly facing the light, but once again have their face facing toward the light, whether it's coming through a window or where that light source is. So those are my 4 tips, and if you're getting out there to shoot, please try these. They will definitely help you out. Don't get me wrong, now I do shoot in the studio. I prefer shooting outside in someone's natural element, or without these manufactured lights to make it easier. You can get really good quality photos if you utilize what's around you. So thank you for watching. Get out and shoot. If you're not subscribed, definitely subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. I'm putting out content for you guys. Once again, until next time, I'm out, y'all. Peace.